I am so proud of you for asking this question. I really am. Most people don't have the courage to ask this question. I feel lost, I feel stuck, and I feel trapped. What should I do? The first thing that you just did is the very same thing that comes in the first level of the 7 levels of life mastery, and that's the call. You're beginning to answer the call. You're beginning to actually understand that you want to be somewhere else, and you're not willing to settle until you get there. That's step 1. Now, the other thing that you need to do as part of this process is actually reverse engineer how you got to where you got. Do so without judgment or condemnation, because we've all made mistakes. We've all really, for lack of a better word, made a mess of things. And that's okay. Why? Because those mess of things give us the experiences of the decisions that we made that led us off course in the first place. Once you identify what those decisions are that caused a specific action, that then caused a specific result, all you do is reverse engineer the process. And when you reverse engineer the process, what you do is you get clarity on what you need to do today to begin your transformation to take you into the next decade. What I also recommend as a step 2 is to go to Journey Principles with Stephen Scoggins on YouTube, find the whiteboard lesson called the 7 Levels of Life Mastery. And here's why. It's going to help you understand where you are in the process and help you identify some of the things that need to change to get you unstuck and moving again in your own process. As always, we're here to help you. We'll continue answering your questions. You've got this. Stay at it. It will work. Just get going. All right, guys. Where does breakthrough begin? Where do you think it begins? I would say it like this. Breakthrough always begins with you. It always begins by answering 3 very specific questions. Who am I? Why am I here? And what do I do next? Or what do I do about it? These 3 questions pretty much sum out the entirety of life's purpose. Breakthrough only happens when you start answering those questions. Notice that you have to answer those 3 questions in order. You can't start off by saying, hey, look, how am I going to get there when you're not clear on who you are or why you're here. So much of life's transformation and breakthrough comes down to true ultimate self-awareness. In the not too distant future, we're going to release an ultimate self-awareness mini course that I invite you to check out. But in the meantime, go ahead and go to journeyprinciples.com/resources and download a free ebook called What Drives You. That will help you begin to get clarity on the very things that drive you. Because once you understand what drives you, you're also going to learn how to apply it. And once you learn how to apply it, purpose is found. So the easiest thing that you can do to understand where breakthrough begins is know that breakthrough always begins with you and it always ends with you. It's not based on your experiences or where you've been or relationships with other people. Why? Because you have to have the courage to set aside the time and energy to discover who you are at your core so you can leverage it and amplify it to such an extent that helps you transform your lives. And I also know and I'm also confident that if you'll transform your life, other lives around you will also transform. So go find your own breakthrough. We're here to help you with the process. All right, this next question is a doozy. I have everything I want, so why am I not happy? I can tell you from honest experience, roughly 10 years ago, I was actually praying in my closet asking the very same question. I could not rationalize or emotionalize the elements in my heart, the gaping hole that I felt like I had in my own soul and spirit at the time. And I had everything that really you could think would be someone that would have if they were financially successful. I had the nice house. I had a handful of cars. I had a company that was growing, but yet I still felt empty. And here's why I felt that way. First of all, I didn't understand the greater meaning in the work that I was already doing. The second thing that I wasn't fully aware of is there's really 3 great purposes in life. Serving the person you used to be, which is exactly what I do today. I do all of this content because I know there's another Stephen Scoggins out there somewhere, hopefully watching this video today, that is where I was 20 years ago, who just wants a fighting chance to have a life that matters. The second one is serving the person you once loved. This is like my grandfather that passed away, who was really adamant about helping people find restoration and wholeness in their life. I want to honor that memory. Maybe you have that same memory that you want to honor. The third one is serving the person I once lost. That's a more difficult one because that means that you had to go through pain and suffering to get there. You may have had to go through pain and suffering for all of them. But when you lose someone you love, sometimes you feel like giving up and you feel like giving in, rather than taking the very same things that they helped you build upon in the first place to help them become eternal in some ways by actually taking their information, their experiences, their situations, and everything that they taught you and giving that back to the world wrapped up in a nice pretty bow. I've discovered that no matter how much money I make, no matter how many things that I own, no matter how many people I employ, no matter how many stages I have the opportunity, the honor to grace, none of that is as important as helping the one person. Helping the one that's really meant for me to help. Helping the one person who's looking for a better day, helping the one person who's looking for a way to fight back for a piece of information that can transform their life. Look at your life differently. Look at your time, your talents, and your resources differently. And then use that to transform lives. And if you'll do that, you'll never search your purpose ever again. You have my word on that. Hey guys, so the next question is what's the best way for me to have better relationships? One of the best things that I've discovered to actually have great relationships is to be the kind of person who's worthy of being in the circle of great relationships. Far too many times we want to focus on what everybody else is doing rather than whether or not we're doing our own internal work and our own personality work to make sure we are worthy of being in influential circles all of ourselves, right? So that's step one. Always make sure that you're the kind of person that everyone can benefit from. I don't mean like financially and time-wise. I don't mean like people taking advantage of you. I mean like you are a person who carries character, integrity above all. They know that your yes is your yes and your no is your no. Okay? If you do that thing well, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to be very selective about who you let in your inner circle. Now, we've talked about this particular subject on a few times before, but quickly identify on a scale of 1 to 5 who is worthy of time by actually asking yourself how much value do they bring to the relationship. If a person's a number 1, they're going to be a toxic person. If a person's a number 5, right, they're going to be a great mentor, a great ally, right? You want to make sure that you're taking the time to spend most of your time with people who can make the biggest impact and not just out of selfish gain, right? Go into every relationship, every circle of influence with a selflessness mentality about how you can come along as one who serves. Okay? How can you come along someone and say, hey, look, I can help you with that? Why? Because people who feel like you're joint ventured in with their thing also feel like that they kind of feel like they need to help you joint venture with your thing. It's called reciprocity. If you want to create reciprocity, then the two things you have to do is to be the kind of person, right, who's worthy of really influential relationships through character and integrity building of your own, and 2, be very selective of the places that you put yourself. Constantly be evaluating. I'm constantly evaluating my relationships to discover whether or not these people are safe, beneficial, or there's some value that I can bring to help them along the way. If you do those couple of steps, I think you'll be well on your way to making sure you're in the right relationships and getting progress as a result of it. See you in the next one. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's Life Mastery Q&A video. We're doing a new Q&A video every single Monday. And if you have questions you'd like answered, simply leave a comment with your question below this video or email us at questions@journeyprinciples.com. And if we use your question, we'll send you a free gift just to say thank you.